welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Oops, let's take a look at blood sugar. I'm running high all day. Current blood sugar is 15. I'm going to have to do a correction and bring down my blood sugar a bit. Time in range is 89%. 10% above, this is getting too high. 89% in range, 1 below 3.9, which was last night. The average sugar is creeping up. Yesterday I think it was 7.1. Today it's 7.7. So, not a super day, not a terrible day. After this, I'm going to have to give some correction to bring down some of my blood sugar, to bring it down from 15. That is way too high. Even for my doctor, the doctor here at the home, and for my long-term care doctor. All in all, pretty good. Today, I want to discuss something a little different. What did we do yesterday? We did a check-in. Today we're going to do genetics and T1D, and tomorrow we'll be doing another check-in. So it's all going to be pretty good. So sit back, get a cup of coffee, and get ready, and we're going to get going and have a good little chat. So sit back, relax, here we go. Okay, genetics and T1D. That's what we're going to discuss today, if it wasn't too clear in the introduction. But one of the things that I looked at earlier when I was discussing genetics and T1D was that genes have been tied to the family line. So if the father figure has T1D, chances are it's going to pass into the children. So if I ever had children now, there'd be a chance that my T1D could continue. If my T1D was genetically inclined, I think, and the doctors at the time believed I got, I do this all the time, I mention it just like it's still there, impetigo, which put a strain on my body, which just after that, I started drinking like crazy. And before then, I had gone to a summer fair. There's a picture of me doing this sort of thing, pointing it out. But I think that damaged my cells, and that's why I ended up with T1D. I have no idea why it seems to be the father's line, but it is tied down. There's genetics, and then there's environmental factors. Today we're going to take a look at genetics. There's a branch of the chromosomes which they've identified. Now, if people have this, it's sort of like now you could get a blood test, and this blood test can identify the chances of you developing type 1 diabetes. Sorry, face cough there. But it's not only genes, environmental. And that's what happened to me. I just went through the story, but environmental was the reason why I got T1D. There was no other T1D in my family. But thinking back, it was my grandmother who probably had T1D, or sorry, had T2D. My aunt came down with type 2 diabetes, and they were always, with my mom, was always humming and hawing. Dad, on the other hand, never really had a problem with diabetes. So, if anything, now would be the type that I would have to say, yeah, well, it's type 2. Yeah, maybe I'm type 2. But with my size, probably would lean towards type 2. I've shown up in the emergency room and they've taken a look at me and they said, oh, you're type 2, without even discussing anything about it. But for me, I don't, there could be a part of genetics in it, but I don't believe since 1921, when insulin was developed, that anyone else has had type 1 diabetes. And I haven't heard of anyone else in my family developing type 1 diabetes. So I think mine's environmental. But again, the father line has the diabetes. Now, I'm not going to say it's 100% true. If your mother has type 1 diabetes, could it? Well, it could, but the chances are it's going to stay with the father. And who knows why? I'm kind of up in the air over about it, but that's what they have found. So, if your husband has type 1 diabetes, get your children tested. Don't wait till they show up with type 1 diabetes to get them tested. I would say get them tested as soon as they're able to handle blood tests. Get the blood test done and see if they have the chromosomes abnormally for that. Can't really speak of the word. I'm sorry, I'm terrible. Oh, God. Been a long day. So, keeping things in line, if there's diabetes in your family, whether it's your mother's side, your father's side, and your son or daughters growing up, get them tested, get them checked in. That's it for today. Today's a little short video because I've got to do a talk about my check-in video next. So stay tuned tomorrow for my check-in video, and hope you have a great day, and we'll talk later. Bye now. My email address is Mike's Diabetes World at gmail.com. All one line. Drop me